Hello, I'm Nathan Judah. This is Wolverhampton Wanderers reporter. It is Mr. Liam Keane. Liam, we are in Jacksonville, beautiful Jacksonville, San Marco Lake to be exact, in Florida. Early flight for us this morning.
Very early. What time are we up? About 4ish?
3:40. Well, some of us, their alarm didn't go off.
Yeah, I woke up 50 minutes later than my alarm was set for. I don't know how I slept through it. A minor disaster avoided.
Yes.
I got up in time and I was all good.
Correct.
Scary though, but I made it. I'm here.
And look, it was very smooth. We're here. We've checked into the hotel. West Ham United are in the hotel, actually.
They are, yeah. We'll bump into Max and Julian in the lobby on the way.
That'll be lovely. can't wait for that. I've taken you for your first biscuits and gravy breakfast.
And we've walked probably 5 minutes since having that, and I'm struggling to walk.
Yeah.
Don't feel great. As much as the food was delicious, I'm stuffed.
We'll need widescreen soon for you, I think.
Let's bang out of order.
Look, we're here. We've got a meet and greet tonight, or I have with Mr. Steve Bull, amongst others, representing Wolverhampton Wanderers. Like I say, you're going to Jaguar Stadium tonight to see Mr. Julian Lopetegui. So it's all starting to ramp up a bit ahead of tomorrow night's game. It's Wolves against West Ham, and this is where things slowly but start to get a little bit more serious, don't they, in preparation?
Yeah, definitely. I think for tomorrow's game in particular, Gary O'Neill will be keen to sort of mix the teams up, give certain players more minutes than others, I'm sure. But with it being the third friendly of pre-season, the first one in front of fans, as much as they want to be competitive, I think they're more focused on what they can do and what Wolves can do well and what they can improve on and how they can hurt West Ham. The performance and result is probably neither here nor there really for this first game. You want to see that progress really over the next few games heading into the first game of the Premier League season. But yeah, it starts to sort of incrementally ramp up, and this is the first test against Premier League opposition. Yeah,
but look, it's been beamed back across into the UK. You've got some fantastic fan bases out here for all the different clubs, but we're looking forward to meeting the Wolves fans. And yeah, the result doesn't matter at all. Of course it doesn't. But at the same time, you come up against Lopetegui, you come up against Max Kilman. It'd be nice to get a little win, wouldn't it?
Oh, of course it would, yeah. Look, the players would be happy to see Max. I'm sure he only left, 3.5-4 weeks ago, whatever it was. Julian Lopetegui, I'm sure there'll be plenty that'll be happy to see him. Some maybe not. I'm not speaking for anyone, just saying. And at the same time, they'll want to get one over on them, get the better of them, especially the forwards going up directly against Max Kilman. He's a good player, so they'll be looking for little weaknesses, things that they noticed having played with him, especially players that play with him for a few years, and seeing what they might be, what damage they might be able to cause. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting battle.
In terms of Gary O'Neill, what's he starting to look for from his players, and do you think we might get any early insights from what we've seen in training and also today of where he wants to go, what he wants this team to play, whether it's a 4, whether it's a 3, even the things that they've been working on the training ground? He'll want to see those, I think, in a game situation.
Yeah, I think obviously we've been seeing quite a lot of back 4 work starting to form, with small nuanced changes with in possession, out of possession. You don't fall in. You're going to be okay. You're going to be
nervous there. There's gators down there.
We are quite close to the edge, to be fair.
That'll be a great blooper.
Absolutely superb. And yeah, I think he'll just want to start to see some of the evolution of this Wolves team, because it's not going to be revolution, because they did a lot of good things last season. It's going to be evolution of what they're doing, small things they're tweaking, start to see that take shape in individuals as well as team shape. But that's probably going to be the most interesting thing, how they set up the partnerships. We talk about Cunha and Larson up top, these little partnerships that start to form across the pitch, and how Wolves are going to play, and the different formations and different positions that players are going to be starting to adopt. But I think it's going to be more telling by Leipzig, probably, for example, on this trip, and obviously Rayo Vallecano and Molineux the week before the league starts.
And they'll be led out, hopefully if he starts, by a new club captain.
Yes, they certainly will. I'm expecting he probably will start. I think that probably makes sense. Mario Lemina.
Super Mario.
We expected it. I think he was both our choices as well for captain last
season as well.
Well, last season you said Dawson, and I said Lemina from the very beginning.
Oh my God, don't believe him.
You hate it when I remind you of that. It's interesting how you changed the tact now.
Rewind.
But yeah, I think it's the smart decision. Speaking to Gary about it, obviously the story came out this morning, was that, or this afternoon for UK fans, is that he's sort of in the right position in his career. He's 30 years old now, he's matured, he's performing brilliantly for Wolves, which I think is a major part of it as well. And he's now at that stage of his career to take that extra leap, that extra jump, extra responsibility, and he's a big leader in the dressing room. But he'll be helped as well by Dawson, Semedo, Sarabia, Dan Bentley's a big part of the dressing room. So yeah, there'll be players that certainly add to that.
Yeah, big leader in the dressing room, but he's got that confidence in his own ability and his own aspirations and what he can achieve here as a captain. I think that's important because outwardly as well as inwardly, you need to be a leader, don't you? I think, especially on that pitch.
I mean, he reads his quotes from the story. He's definitely not lacking in confidence. I don't mind that.
No.
You don't mind that at all. In some ways it's warranted. In many ways it's warranted because of how well he's played in the Wolves shirt. I mean, he supporters player of the season last year, and he carried the club through plenty of games, scored some important goals. Not just the timing of the goals, but the fact that they go on to win points from those games as well. And obviously Spurs at home is a big one. So he should have confidence, but you also want your leader to have confidence as well. You want them to be, in my opinion, that big character, that sort of stereotypical leader, and he's definitely that.
Yeah, look, West Ham, decent opposition as well. They've spent a lot of money and they've got some quality players.
Absolutely. We were talking about it on the way over to Jacksonville, weren't we? I mean, just listing some of the attacking players they've got, and then you add Kilman to that, who I think is an excellent player. So West Ham are going to be good this season. I think Lopetegui is an excellent manager. I think they've got a really good squad. I would hedge my bets, and Gary sort of hinted at this to say that he wants Wolves to show in this friendly that we can compete with the likes of West Ham. But I would hedge my bets to say they'll do really well this season. So come back to this when they're in trouble. So it will be a tough game, absolutely. But it's an opportunity for Wolves to measure themselves against the Premier League side, see where they're at in their preparations, and then you work on more things going into the Palace game. Then you learn more things again about the team going into the Leipzig game, and it works like that as you creep closer to away at Arsenal.
And we will be bringing you full coverage of that game. It is Wolves against West Ham United. Live blogs, post-match reaction, pre-match analysis, match report, fans videos. If I was going to see all that, I was going to watch all that, I was going to read all that, what would you do?
It's quite easy, actually.
Go on, hit me.
You go to expressandstar.com. You find the subscription page.
Oh yes.
And there is a £2 offer for £2.
Wow.
6 pence a day.
Wow.
And
for 31 days.
For 31 days, yeah, that's right, isn't it?
I think so. Might be 30.
Who knows? To cover the whole of the rest of this tour, going into as well August when the season starts, and we've hinted a couple of times, won't say what it is, but there's a couple of things coming as well, which will be, important to keep an eye out for. So yeah, definitely jump on that offer.
£2, 6p a day. We'll see you at the stadium.
Everbank Stadium
tomorrow night, baby. We'll see you there.